Hello everybody, Redzone here. Welcome back to another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Today we're gonna be doing another, classic Dokkan for Dummies video. So hope you guys strap yourselves in for for this little ride right here. So whenever you go over to this game and you might see or hear something about the worst mode of all time, this is particularly one of those worst modes. So right now, you guys, if you guys go to the main menu, you guys see that sparkling little thing right now? This world tournament? Yeah, that's what's going on right now. So, if you guys don't know about this, this is basically where all people from the international version of the game are going to be competing in the world tournament. So this usually happens once every 3 or 4 months, or whenever Dokkan decides to announce them. I really do not know if they have a particular schedule in regards to announcing when there's a world tournament and when there's not a world tournament. It all depends. This is basically pretty simple. The team composition of it can also be pretty simple in that regard, but let's go ahead and let's see what you're going to basically look at between all these things right now. So basically you got the help over here. The help section also informs you on how to play with all of these basically basic rules and stuff like that. If you ever need to see some of these things, they're available to you. There's also the rewards section. We are going to be talking about this pretty soon, but let's go ahead and see how the game mode works in general. So if you're going to participate, there's going to be a selection. You usually get to start with this level right here. This is so exciting, basically. So on this section, on the this is so exciting section, you gotta keep on competing until you are able to unlock this final mode, which is looks like the victory is mine. Now this level of ambition, as you guys can see, confirm your ambition. It gives you a big victory bonus. It says 30 times the points, or the amount of points that you get via each single run that you go through the world tournament. So how does it work? How are you able to get to this ambition, to this portion of the ambition? Basically, it gives you a starting prompt where it says the preliminary, quarterfinal, semifinal, and then the finals of the world tournament. Do not be alarmed. It is not pretty difficult to try to qualify or something like that. So here's how you begin. So click on next, and it basically takes you to a team selection. Now you're going to see this team, and it's going to be like pretty weird. It's like, what is this team all about? So this is basically the lineup. I usually have an all types leader for this roster because, again, it covers a lot of ground in terms of the team composition. And basically, like I said, it covers all the units, whether it be super or extreme class. Then you got units like this guy, Broly. Now Broly, as you can see, he's able to, on his 12-key super attack, cause colossal damage to all enemies. You guys are starting to see the pattern, right? Most of these units are able to do damage enough so they can be able to cause damage to all enemies. So as you are seeing here, the composition of the team is going to be pretty straightforward. You're going to possibly look for units that are able to cause damage to all enemies. That way, you're able to take everybody down pretty simple and pretty easy. So this is the team composition that I'm using. The items are also something that you can be able to check out. We usually use King Yama's because it's going to be a damage reduction item. That way you don't get hit too much or too hard on a super attack or a normal attack, because these guys can hit pretty hard. You got Ghost Ushers as well, which can help you delay the opponent's attack for 1 turn. This is the same thing, but with a super attack. It basically reduces the opponent's super attack to normal attacks for the turn. And I got the Fruit of the Tree of Might. You can replace this with a Whis item if you don't think that you're going to be too safe. But I use this because the team synergy doesn't have a lot of ki. So, and plus the friend that you're selecting, the friend leader skill will never activate for the friend. So you're just gonna be depending on your own leader skill. So as you can see, you're gonna have this little grid happening right there. you're gonna possibly try to acquire this little Tenkaichi item. That Tenkaichi item gives you a little bit of a bonus in terms of like points. As you saw, he collected it and he got extra 5,000 points. Now this guy, or this CPU, approached me, and now we're in the fighting zone. As you can see, I got 3 enemies right here. Since I'm very in the top, I am not going to depend on anybody taking a super attack. Because if you get hit, these guys can hit you for like, even if it's a normal, it can hit you for like 250k or 300k and then you're dead. If you die, you lose the streak that you have been working towards. For example, right now, I think I have a streak of 100 and something wins. If I lose that, you lose a bonus that you're going on right now. And I will explain that bonus once we're able to see it. I think I skimmed a little bit over that. But as you saw, we were able to take down the enemies in one single swoop with that unit. Basically those units that say, hey, this is an attack all unit, meaning that he attacks everybody in the field and takes them down. That's going to be pretty useful. You guys know this the Krillin's passive. If he's able to see 6 or more enemies, you're only going to be able to see this on the World Tournament. Krillin is going to be a very useful unit to try to take down those pesky beans that are trying to attempt to take you down. Now, I just used like damage reduction items and items that are going to help us not get hit with a super attack. Although I could have used Piccolo on the front. He would have been much better, much faster. But let's see. As you can see, we're taking a little bit of damage even with those items activated. If I didn't use them, I would have died. It would have been immediate death. So glad that I didn't use them. In the field as well, you're going to find yourself with like little buns. Those buns can provide HP to your team. So if in any case you do survive the fight, but you have a little bit of a low amount of HP, you can run over to those little buns and it can heal you for a few amounts of HP. Now this is perfect. I do not have to use any items in particular because all the enemies are in the last slot. This is going to be very convenient if in any case this happens to you. That way you're not susceptible to a super attack or a normal attack that might kill you. So with this Piccolo right here, this is going to possibly be your best card to take on the World Tournament. His attack is way faster than what you saw with like Krillin or Cell or LR Broly, where they have to go through their animations and stuff like that. And it was a little bit faster than anything. And then you finish up with the fights, and then now you continue on with the quarterfinals. Now, let me show you this, right? You see the victory points? It says victory points times 1.5. This is an added bonus because of your win streak. All you need to do is win 10 World Tournaments in a row to get this victory points times 1.5. That means that, again, apart from the 30 points of the ambition, or the 30 multiplier from the ambition bonus, you also get the victory points times 1.5 as an added bonus, so you can be able to get a lot of extra points for your tier. That's another thing. This is also a tier thing. There are different tiers that you can go through. At the beginning of things, let me actually look it up because I do not remember the names of it, but yeah. Then obviously, of course, on the quarterfinals, this is just going to go as a one-on-one kind of thing between most of these guys. The preliminary usually will have 3 enemies that you have to compete against. But then also afterwards it's just going to be 1v1. Okay, then we go ahead and try to clear this fight. Piccolo, this card right here, this Metal Cooler Piccolo, is going to be a pretty lifesaver against the World Tournament because he can be pretty helpful. Alright, as you can see, there's the display of the points. Man, I can't click on them, but you guys saw them. Pause the video, you guys can be able to check it out. I'm actually gonna do that in the next round. So, as you can see, ranking. Basically, this is the overall list. This is where everybody in the world is going to be listed from the very first to the person that is in the 100 section. I think this is the limit. Yeah, the person who's at 100. That'll be the stopping point. Then there's the border. Basically speaking, who is going to be the next person to get into the border? So right now, you guys see that guy is in the 1000 person is in here. Then I'm over here in the 968. But then the next area of effect that I need to be in is in the 500 section. So this is the U tab. Basically looking at where you are and where you're standing away from the next person that you possibly might surpass. So this is one by one until it reaches one of the border sections, and then maybe it gets to like the top 900, and then it finishes over. Yeah. Then we got the friends section. Your friends are also playing the world tournament, so you might see some of the friends trying to compete in here. There's more of my friends at the overall 12, which is insane. Then we also got the local section. This is possibly where the locality where you are in is going to be the thing that matters. The people who are playing the world tournament who are near you, this is possibly where they're going to be in. So we got the tiers right here, right? These are the tiers. This is my tier for now, the Beerus tier. This in particular means that all people who are basically grinding the world tournament, they're in this tier, the Beerus tier. That is the max that you're going to be in. Then you usually start at the Pilaf, then you go into King Choppa and Hercule. Those are the little darker, or like, let's call this silver, and this is platinum. The little silver area, and then you jump into the bronze, then platinum, and then the gold area. Maybe this is a B, so this is, I don't know. Then, like I said, not a lot of people are in here. Basically, the people who are in here just decided not to play the world tournament. But then these are the people who are just starting to grind and everything like that. As you can see, there are more than 150,000 people playing this game on the world tournament. So the rank, like I said, I did explain the ranking. There's also the missions. All the missions have been completed on my end. But if you go over to this tab right here, there's a certain amount of points that you gotta score for you to be able to get some of the rewards missions and stuff like that. Not only that, it gives you like, hey, win a couple of world tournaments and it gives you rewards. And if you get a certain amount of wins as well, it gives you rewards. And by reaching the tiers, it also gives you some rewards as well. Now that we're climbing onto the semi-finals, again, it's going to be the same thing. Sometimes you get this, right? The bonus chance. That means that you get an added bonus in regards for the team, for the victories, basically. It depends on, because usually you might face an enemy, and that's fine, but like a real enemy. But then you get teams like this, like Team GT. That's a team from Dragon Ball. So basically, it gives you a little bit of a bonus, or a bonus chance to get more victory points. More victory points meaning that the chances for you to advance in the world tournament is going to be fine. As you can see, there's the battle score at the top, then the team victory. They're always going to be standard, and then the bonus score, that's always going to come in if you do face enemies like this, or teams where it's just a team GT or team world tournament, or in that every single that case. As you can see, your overall ranking is going to go up. There's the ambition bonus because you selected the times 30. It's going to give you that bonus right there. The semi-final pass bonus, that is basically because you're in the semi-finals. The remaining turn bonus, if you do get to your opponent as quickly as possible, they give you points for that. And the map score, basically however you moved. And there's the points earned, and the total tournament points are all the things that I've grinded. As you can see, I'm a little bit late as I did want to do this at the beginning of the world tournament, so we could have seen the progression process of it. But unfortunately, I decided to grind this a little bit further and was not able to provide you guys with the details of how you can be able to advance through this. So, as you can see, there's 187 wins in a row. That's how hard you have to go to get to this position. Now you go into the final section. Remember that this all consumes stamina, by the way. As you can see, my stamina bar is almost empty. And over here, you gotta consume stamina. So I'm gonna waste a stone for the video. As you guys can see. This is what other people do. If in any case you run out of stamina, you either get meats to get your stamina back up, or you use your dragon stone. And a lot of people have been expending their dragon stones just for this mode. This is perfect because we're not gonna be able, we don't need to use any items. We can just try to super these guys, and it's going to help us out on a great scenario right here. So once you take down this fight, again, try to make sure that every single opponent has been KO'd, and then you move forward. And it's a very repetitive process. You gotta do this for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours on end, so you can be able to get a higher ranking or a higher scoring. For example, this is something that I really do not recommend people doing, because this goes really hard. You have to win 188 times. You guys saw that right now the video has been going on for 16 minutes. Imagine doing this 188 times. Multiply that by the 15 minutes that I've been basically discussing this video. It's a lot. So getting over to this point basically means that you're just grinding desperately hard to get into a very higher standing or a very high ranking or anything like that. Again, you do this constantly over and over again until you can be able to achieve a higher ranking spot. So on the overall rankings, I think it opens up once you get into the into one of these specific tiers. So I think the overall ranking opens up once you enter the Videl tier. If you're in the Hellcure tier or King Choppa tier, that doesn't open yet. You gotta wait until you get into the A-League or the Videl tier, so you can be able to see your overall ranking, and then you just gotta keep on climbing up over and over until you make it to the Beerus tier, and you gotta continue on grinding. This is usually open for 3 days, as you guys can see, from the 21st of April all the way to the 24th of April on reset time. It goes like that. It's just a 3-day event, or a 3-day period, as you guys can see over here. I think you guys can see this clearly. It's a 3-day period thing where you just gotta continuously do this. Just gotta continuously grind on this world tournament. As you guys see, the team selection of things, a lot of it can vary. I know that the strategy that a lot of people have been using is that if you bring a lot of LRs with a higher team cost, or they provide the better points system. So the more LRs you have of the team, the higher the scoring. I believe that's how it works. It's a little bit finicky that they work it like that, but it is how it is designed. So yeah, right now I don't have to use any items because Broly, remember that's another thing, that you gotta study these guys as passives. What Broly does, he does an 18 key super, there we go, but he has a built-in additional super attack. And remember, that 12 key super attack is an AoE, or area of effect attack, where he just basically attacks everybody in the lineup. So that can be a pretty helpful thing once you go into these types of fights. Over here, I'm trying to be a little bit more ambitious. I'm trying to get the Tenkaichi medal over there because it's going to provide me with a little bit more points. But sometimes the enemies are not going to let you. Sometimes you get touched by the enemy and it's like, oh, you need to fight me. It's like a Pokemon battle. Whenever you walk in front of a Pokemon, it's like, oh, I like your shoes. Let's fight. Oh, I don't get copyright. But anyways, continue forward over here. Basically just taking everybody down. Unfortunately, I have not gotten any single ones, so I'm not able to obtain the Tenkaichi. And here we go. We got the enemy yet again. So again, I want to defend myself. I really do not want to lose the streak that I've been working hard to maintain. So I'm just going to continue on using the items if in any case I can, and prevent myself from taking damage. Remember, these guys, once you get into like the higher tiers, you cannot get comfortable trying to like, okay, I'm gonna take an attacker or two, because I've done that and I've lost my streak, and it can be very, very demoralizing. See your streak go into flames, because you can have a pretty high streak. You lose the victory bonus, but having a streak of like 188 wins is very, very difficult to maintain. Like, you made it this hard, long way, this long, hard path. You made it all the way over here, but unfortunately, it ended because you died. Unfortunately, dude. So, I really do not recommend you getting too comfortable or too overconfident. Oh my god, I'm facing this team. Like, this team in particular, I don't think it does damage, but I don't want to risk it. I really do not want to risk it at all. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do this, you know, be comfortable, try to take the enemy down. And this, like I said, this goes on and on and on and on until the world tournament ends, or you get comfortable enough to say, okay, this is my stopping point. I don't think I can do anything else, so I am good. I will drop the game mode. But keep in mind that if you drop it where you leave it, you know that there's going to be other people working right there to maybe surpass the rank that you're currently in. So it is advisable. Just try to look for a goal. And that's why the rewards are here, right? If you go over to the ranking system, this is the overall rankings rewards. So let's say, for example, you managed to end up in the first place, which is something that this guy is doing. And look at how many points that he has. You need to get almost close to 1 billion points of this game to get to this position. I do not know how they do it. I have a friend who is in the 12th spot, and from what she told me, she hasn't slept in 36 hours. So basically speaking, you got to do this for 36 hours on end without any blink of sleep. Basically, that's what I'm getting at. So no sleep. This person, I believe, I know this person as well. He left it on 50. Like, his overall ranking was 50, and now he's at 196 because he just decided to stop. And I'm over here just trying to survive a little bit. So once you get over to that, let's say you got to this particular ranking right here, you get all of these rewards. Is it worth it? I don't think so. Just got, for this world tournament in particular, a lot of units are getting their ECAs. So that's why you guys are seeing a lot of rainbow medals and stuff like that. From what it has been told, you only need to get to this position, like top 2,000. That's all you need. If you get over to this position, you are fine. You don't need to go anywhere beyond this. If you do really want to grind and get those units who want to get their EC, or who have their ECA, you want to get the medals for it, this is the place that you need to stop in. I really do recommend. Like, right now I'm over here on this section, and the difference between this and this is just the tickets. That's it. And the Elder Kais. That's the only difference. Right now I'm just planning to just remain here, because if I do, I'll be on a pretty sweet spot. Then over here on the local rewards, if you get on the first place, you do get these types of rewards. You get 7 Dragon Stones, you get tickets for the World Tournament, you get the Master's Marks, which are the medals that you need to Dokkan Awaken a World Tournament unit. You get these medals, these Hercule Autograph medals. They are going to be useful in exchange for the medals that you need to awaken or Extreme C awaken the LR Piccolo that is from the World Tournament. This is another LR card that you get. So we go over to the Baba Shop real quick, and I will end the video after that. Over here you guys see the Hercule rewards. I don't think you need to exchange the rewards that you get for these other medals, because that's why you're going so hard in the World Tournament to rank. So save these for this. These are the medals that you need to Dokkan Awaken to Extreme C Awaken Piccolo. I believe they're going to be very important for you to just maintain that Hercule's autograph at a pretty high amount. Otherwise, if you exchange it for something else, you're not going to be able to stay consistent with the rewards that you're going to be getting, and it's going to be hard because you're going to have to wait until the next World Tournament. And yeah, it's not great. So fortunately for us, this doesn't happen every single month or anything like that. I feel like it happens every quarter of the year, like 4 times every year. I feel like that's happens. Like this event comes in. I really do not know, so I gotta keep an eye out for this. I mean, we can try to possibly look it up in that regard. That way, we can be able to see if there has been like any changes to it. So let me. No, that's not the wiki that I'm looking for. Let me check the Dokkan wiki. So world tournaments. I guess guide. It doesn't give me like a routine as to like, oh, it happens, or this world tournament happens this frequently or something like that, you know? It must tell me or something, but I guess it is what it is. Again, I do want to say that it just happens every quarter of the year, or like every 4 times out of the year. I guess this the world tournament goes down. So, all right, I'm going to end it with the final over here. Like I said, the strongest things that you will need to do in terms of team building is just having a unit that has an area of effect or AoE super attack. That way, you're going to be a little bit more consistent in trying to take everybody down. The faster you get. So as the more speed you have, the better. You can be able to bring teams like the opponent has, but it's not going to be faster, and it will take up your time. Meanwhile, if you do it with this strategy, with this Piccolo, it can go by pretty quickly. So I appreciate you guys stopping by, watching this video. If you guys like and enjoyed, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you guys are new. That's basically how you clear the world tournament. That's how you basically go up and lose your sanity a little bit, because you gotta do this a lot. To get to the position that I'm in right now, you gotta do this a whole heaping lot. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys like and enjoy it, again, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you guys are new. Make sure you guys check the links in the description. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Mata ne.